And live here in the studio with me, bright and early Wednesday, Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu to discuss some of these big headlines. Let's fly Nigeria Air. First, good morning. So you listen to the House of Reps and both sides. So what's your take? Let's hit the ground running.
In our station, we'll try to stay above the fray.
Above the noise.
Above the noise.
And go for the news.
And go for the news and the facts for the good of Nigeria. And let me start. Some of the things I may say, some of the people may not like it. But that's how it is. 2 days ago on this program, we talked about the amount of unremitted funds that Nigeria is owing the
IATA members.
Global, yes. We talked about the largest in the world, about $812 million. And I had to ask you, I said, how much that it would have been nice for the country if, as we're paying $812 million, a lot of also is coming on to reduce this outflow for our country. And nothing like that is happening. Now, I'm aware also that so many of the Nigerian airlines already have approvals to fly to international destinations. But the issue is what? Most of them are not taking up on that. I'll address that in a few minutes. So the other thing also I want to talk about is the fact that you can list the number of Nigerian airlines. You count them, maybe 12 of them. Walking through with the NCAA, you will find a lot of them are in a bad state. If you count the number of aircraft they have there, maybe it can be more than 50 to 60 aircraft cumulatively. As I talked about in the last program, I had about 8 tickets or so that I have not used. And it has to do with the fact that people are booking flights. I don't know whether they're intentionally collecting money from passengers when they don't know they have capacity for the routes. And then, because the refund policy for them, most of the airlines is like passing through the eye of a needle. And then you stay in the airport from morning till night. Flights are moved from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. So there are fundamental issues. And the number one issue for our aviation sector in Nigeria is what? Lack of capacity, lack of capital. Most of the airlines don't have the right capital. At the graveyard are so many airlines that have died in Nigeria. 3 key things. 1, corporate governance weakness. 2, lack of capital. 3 is maybe the economic environment. Those are the issues. So an airline that has 2 aircraft, I think the law says, or the rule says 3 aircraft, and then most of them now suddenly start operating with 2 aircraft, and then they want to route the whole Nigeria. So the state of Nigerian domestic aviation is very weak, very, very weak. Now, therefore, it's critical for Nigeria to have that airline that has capacity. And I'm saying this now, I'm staying above the fray. I'm not calling names, I'm not calling any Nigerian air, I'm not calling anything. That has the capacity to be able to play the role for Nigeria. Internationally. Enhance economic development, ensure tourism, engender confidence of safety, and then, locally and internationally. Now, the more the merrier. The more the merrier. We have been talking about the regulation of removal of subsidy and all that. The more the merrier in aviation, the more the merrier. At the time in Nigeria, there were about 5 airlines that were flying the Ghana route. And all of them were thriving one way or the other. It was COVID that made it, that. So now, I'm not here to talk about the processes that have gone through Nigerian Air. Yes. Nigerian Air people say that pass through the processes. I've reviewed some of them. A lot of them got the president's approval. So it's not as if the minister was just flying kite and it's just there, solo, and he just
do what he liked.
It wasn't like that. There were issues. See, there are a couple of issues that the AON, Airline Operator of Nigeria, have raised on this project. One of them is that the airline coming will strangulate the Nigerian airlines. And my word to them is what? The more, the merrier. Let me put it out there. Just like the Nigerian government realized there was a need, because of issues I raised now, there was a need for, and that airline that has its capacity, has its size, has the technical competence, and the capital to help Nigerian aviation develop. They put out bid internationally in all the magazines, international magazines, and invited bids from consortiums.
For partnerships,
to come and do this Nigerian air project. So many groups submitted, including people in the AON. But as in, whether you're buying power, disco, whether you're doing buying steel plants, whatever, there are processes that you go through. this process is going through. At the end of the day, so the government said, we will own 5% of this airline. And to make it a flag carrier for Nigeria, the law says Nigerians must own 51%.
Yeah.
So that's how
structured.
Ethiopian Airline, a couple of airlines, arranged a consortium. Consortium taking Nigerian partnerships to enable them to submit the bid.
Yes.
It was only Ethiopian consortium that entered the bid as required. And that's how they were given this.
Under such arrangement, may I respectfully quote in here that when you have a bid, a relationship such as this, and you're dealing with a mega partner like Ethiopian Airlines, technically, Nigeria doesn't have the cash to buy the aircraft. So the technical partner would have to supply those aircraft. So it was ab initio okay for Ethiopian Airlines to say, this is one or two or three to kick off.
No, even at that, it's not to kick off, brother. It's not to kick off. As I told you, I will give you the facts. To get an AOC, Air Operator Certificate, for enable you fly in Nigeria, there are 5 difficult processes you're going to pass.
Go through.
One of the major processes on stage 4, which is demonstration flight, where you actually, first of all, the aircraft you're going to use must be Nigerian registered aircraft. That aircraft that came in wasn't Nigerian registered. So this Air Nigerian thing, or they call Nigerian Air thing, has not even reached the level where they're going to fly, because they've not reached stage 4.
And that's what the managing director says, that it's still in the works.
It's still in the works. Stage 4 is where you're going to Nigerian registered aircraft that will start flying the routes you're going to.
So the one that came on May 28, 29 was not the one that was going to fly, technically speaking.
That was nothing like a Nigerian air taking off for.
So the operation has not really started.
How can it start without AOC?
Meeting all the requirements.
AOC. But see, what I want to put out there is that this thing was advertised internationally for everybody to bid. I know, I don't want to mention them. I know some international airlines that submitted bid, but their bids came in late. So they were allowed to arrange consortium. Consortiums include, but because of the Nigerian flag carrier, you must own 51%. Nigerians must own 51%. That's why the government took 5, and local investors that the Ethiopian airline chose to prepare them as partners in a consortium, own the other balance. Every other person was around. People should have gone to go to Air Morocco. Air Morocco has about 52 aircraft in their fleet. They were going to get Egypt Air. Yeah. Egypt Air had about 68 aircraft in their fleet. But those didn't happen. So it's not as if somebody just went and had pinked that. But what I'm talking about is that I don't agree with, normally agree with this guy, Reno Mokri. But I mean, his insights into Nigerian aviation or Nigerian air was what I liked it. This is for the good of Nigeria. The more the merrier. If this Nigerian air, as designed the constitution comes into play, listen, all the airlines flying to Ghana, none will stop flying to Ghana. No. If any airline now is flying to Ethiopia, none will stop.
Or London.
If they're going to London now, none will stop. It is just the more, the merrier.
It's a competitive market.
Competitive market.
So you liberalize the market further.
Because now, as I told you, I don't like calling them out there. They come in, a lot of them, the new ones are licensed, 3 aircraft, and they want to do the whole route. That's not what Nigeria needs. We need capacity.
So the industry needs some consolidation. That's what we're saying. We saw that in the bank industry.
Yes,
we saw that in insurance also.
As I said the other day, 2 airlines, all of them, 7 a.m. in the morning. If you go to Kano, all of them, 10 or 12 of them have staff there. You go to Port Harcourt, staff there. How much is the ticket? Each of them has a director of human resources, director of engineering. How much? 2 aircraft, 3 aircraft? Nigeria cannot progress that way. So the issue is the fears of AON should be addressed. 1, that there be no preferential treatment to whoever comes. Okay? So they were saying, oh, they will give them no preferential treatment. If they're going to buy aviation fuel at 10 naira, everybody will buy at 10 naira. If they want space at somewhere, everybody should have space there.
It's a liberalized
Liberalize something. So let's address the fears of AON. But for the good of Nigeria, we need an airline that has capacity. I have 8 unused tickets now because of last minute they'll cancel.
Let's talk about Ghana.
Oh yeah.
With his
when we did First Bank yesterday, I called it the cost of Ghana.
Yes.
At that time, it was like the good environment for Nigerian banks to diversify their business. No, it was good. It was good.
It was a low-hanging fruit.
Even one or two banks in Nigeria, the Ghana business started becoming bigger than the Nigerian standalone businesses. I'm aware of that. But the issue was that the Ghanaian economy ran into some storms, and it redefined a lot of things. I'll give you an example. When we were lending credit, we were told that when we were calculating fund the cost of capital, and they say the risk-free rate, is what? The treasury bill rate. Now,
back then,
because of Ghana economy now, we have to redefine that, because even banks in Ghana took haircut. Haircut means reducing the value of treasury bills issued by Ghana.
Yes.
So debt to government in Ghana is no longer as solid as it is. But you see, Eurobond was cut by 30%. Okay? Local bonds was cut by about 30%. Local dollar bonds by 16%. Treasury bill was cut by 35% dollar cash
in that program.
In that program.
Yes.
Dollar cash even was cut by about 1% of face value. Dollar cash that if they give you now, it's no longer, they say dollar cash is less than the value. So it just tells you that, the fortunes of a country affects the fortunes of the individuals in the country and the business in the country. The same thing with us here. And for us, some of us who have been screaming about Nigerian debt profile, it's been like this, please, let's not enter the wheel of Ghana that Ghana has entered. And so we don't start having problems to be able to pay our debts. So it's just a lot of them playing the economy. Some of them I want to tell you that at the time, because I have a business in Ghana, I have a firm in Ghana. At the time, so the Nigerian banks were making these treasury bills money and whatever. But you see,
easy money.
It sweet them, it depend them. So you have to vomit the thing now. But hopefully, with the $3 billion they're getting from IMF, it will provide some stability and recovery for the city, the currency of the country.
Which has been recovering since March.
The country, from March.
But okay, I don't want us to miss a very good story at home, which is Boa Cement, $500 million.
Oh yeah, Boa.
How could we miss that?
No, we're happy that has happened, because at the time people were talking about, Dangote is going to be a monopoly, but Boa is giving them a run for their money. Very good, so. Good for our country. The fact that people still have confidence to send in foreign currency loans into our country, is fantastic. And good for employment. It looked at the number of employment is going to generate, direct and indirect.
Yes.
But most importantly, the power that is going to use there, we are going to be from waste and solar, which is good for the environment. And so, and then again, also, it's in Sokoto, which also serve Nigerian market and the neighboring countries, any foreign exchange also for our country. It's a fantastic, I always commend Nigerian investors who are carrying their risk. There's so many Nigerians who have billions of dollars and they die on them in these banks abroad, and they can't take the risk and make investments in Nigeria.
The country.
And then when government supports people start talking, writing this, this person government picking, meanwhile your own, you can't take risk. As I told you, when Dangote was doing the refinery, I said, you're already the richest man in Africa. Why are you carrying this burden? Why are you carrying this additional burden? Banks are asking you overnight. You're owing billions of dollars. And so it's not easy to run a manufacturing business in Nigeria. And so we commend the Boa Group.
So this is actually confidence, vote of confidence that we can still do. There's still a whole lot more room for industrial manufacturing capacity in Nigeria. That the IFC from the World Bank could just give us this money.
As you said yesterday, the one thing they address is what? Power.
That's what you said. That's what you said. Let's get some power here. Okay, let's power to the people.